Totally calling your number. Nobody's answering. How dare you have this number flashing across the screen and no one's answering it? If you would answer, I mean, seriously, it's the least you could do.
It's January 16th, 2021. It's the least we could do to have a show on a Saturday night. Kyle's not here tonight, folks. He quit. It's just your lonely little Jimmy and Dwayne.
Just lonely Jimmy and Dwayne. We know. Let's just first off, before we get into the show, give a big warm welcome to. Or a big shout out to our producer, Kyle Bauer. Bauer, it's his birthday. He's 36 today. He's a big man, and we miss him. He took his time on his birthday, taking time away from Parcheesi with the family. He went to go not socially distant with a bunch of children, a bunch of germ carriers, and that's his choice. Whatever. We all want to end our life at different points, and he's decided to do it on his birthday.
He lives alone. He'll be fine.
How are you, Dwayne?
I'm surprisingly wonderful, actually. Thank you for asking.
I think cutting out drinking and smoking from your life is starting to have a profound effect. Are you feeling better? Are you waking up without problems? What have you seen immediately?
No. The only thing I've seen immediately is massive weight gain. I still can't get a solid poop, so you can hold on to that poop knife for a while. I'm having trouble urinating completely. So
what do you completing the urination?
Yeah. I feel like I can't quite empty my bladder all the way sometimes, all the time.
I mean, you're older than me. I mean, this can't be new.
No.
Is this new? Yeah, this has been around for a while.
Steadily going downhill for about the last 6 or 7 years.
Well, if you are just joining us, you are listening to The Least We Could Do. Least we could do is talk about Dwayne's problems in the bathroom as he gets older. I am Jimmy Preston. With me is my co-host, my loving and always by my side co-host, Dwayne Primo. He is
for you, buddy.
He is from Nolans. So take it easy on him. He's not that smart. Well, the state that New Orleans is from. You're from Louisiana. You're a swamp man. Right. And then yes,
New Orleans is kind of by itself, Jimmy. There's really no other place like it.
You're right. Slidell tries, but you know what? I will tell you that a lot of people sleep on Mobile, Alabama. Mobile, Alabama, the site of the first Mardi Gras in the continental United States.
Oh, you're gonna start fights.
And I'm gonna tell you that's got a New Orleans feel. And the property values are a lot lower. And yeah, tugboat runs into a bridge every once in a while. But you know what? Those people are good. And they're most likely Alabama fans, not Auburn fans. So that's why you heard it here first. Mobile is the next Austin. You heard it here. That's not true. Nobody moved off. If you live in Austin and you go to Mobile on my recommendation, you have really done yourself a disservice. Can we get to the sponsors? The sponsors that help make this show possible. We have so many sponsors. Our new sponsor, Poop Knife, and thanks to Aaron Johnston for negotiating that. That connection. Poop Knife, it is a real thing.
Poop Knife.
The original Poop Knife chops the most compact of brownies, the most seasoned of sausages, the hardwood of butt logs. Poop Knife, Also, Austin, nut scrub. Yeah, let's go from poop knife to nut scrub. It is cleaning Texas one nut at a time. It is a wonderful organic hand cleaning product made out of pecan husks. You should get.
You've gotten that poop to go down, give your nuts a little scrub. That's all.
Well, I mean, I said today, you know what I don't have time for in life? I didn't think I had time for is poop knife washing. Normally I'm like in and out of the bathroom, and I don't do the I just started thinking,
what?
We never asked if Sydney is in Central Standard Time, because if she's in Eastern Standard Time, does she think she's coming on in 30 minutes, or is she's really going to listen to the whole show right now?
Hey, at least somebody's going to listen to the show.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Let's talk about
Ancient Astronaut Theorist University coming soon. New degree programs are being launched right now. We're going to have Jax on soon talking about, there's a big deadline. Some sort of thing that was passed in one of the stimulus bills gives them like some sort of countdown until they have to tell us all the truth. Finally, we're going to get to the bottom of these.
They've been dropping little truth nuggets, man, and nobody's paying attention. There's too much other stuff going on.
Also, don't forget, I've got these pins. Yes, I have not listed them on the store, but I still have them. If you want these, slide into my DMs, and I might
throw, you know what? We could maybe throw some up on Jimmy's Bazaar, folks. Jimmy's Bazaar.
It is my online store with all kinds of crap. I just got some. Damn it, Dwayne.
What?
My life just got better. I bought more boxes.
Yeah, hey, you know what? Let's finish with our sponsors before we get to that.
Fluffy White Biscuits. Fluffy White Biscuits. She's a big sponsor. We've got Cosmic Cowboy. They are quality smoke shop and boutique over on South Congress. Go visit those guys. They're great, and they've got these cool little wood things. If Brian Nelson's listening, he's going to tell us what they are.
Mallet, maybe.
No, it's like one of those Mexican ball in the cup toys.
Fair Club.
Yes, go to the store. All orders are shipped out on Monday, and for a limited time, any order, we're going to throw in something random. When I go and pick up your orders, I put them in bags, and then I go and grab a bunch of random stuff, and I just throw them in there.
And let's give a shout out to the guys before us on the Talking Beards Network, the big sexy
Saturday night crew with Sean. Sean's already slid into my DMs. For some pins, I think.
Yeah.
Or what am I looking at? Yeah. Oh no, that's old Sean Beatty. Sean Beatty, and I believe he's in Missouri. So he's a bearded samurai fella. He hosted Susie Mamire when we came through in Kansas, Missouri. It's Missouri.
And you know what? I am not drinking tonight. I have coffee.
Yeah, why?
I don't know, man. I'm just on a. I don't know.
Did we get all our sponsors?
You wanted me to be completely honest. I forgot to get beer or alcohol of any kind, and I just really didn't feel like going anywhere.
Sean's out of Columbia Rockbridge High School. That's right. He teaches Japanese up there, and Sean, I'm gonna get you some pins. Shoot me your address.
Kyle's not dead. Kyle
is not dead, but I believe that there is he's on suspension because he allowed last week to happen. I think, look, we're on the Talking Beards Network. This is the third week of us being on the Talking Beards Network, but
it's the second week, isn't it? No, it's the third week.
Is it the second? It's the second or third week. But I want to just say, look, we have beards. We love beards. We don't talk about beards like other people with beards. This is a disclaimer. But we love it. We love them. And then there was an incident with one of our guests making a joke about some beards, and we apologize on his behalf. I can't say this isn't going to happen.
Apologize on Jay's behalf,
But I want you to know that the honor of being on Talking Beards Network is not lost on us, and we appreciate everybody. And I know that our politics don't line up with everybody else's. And that's what I was saying on the first week on the network. I was like, I don't want to start any fights. We've got too much at stake. Humanity does. And there's a lot of change going on right now. And everybody's kind of feeling the vibrations. I mean, I talk to my healer friends, and they are like, the vibrations are high. And I'm talking like, you remember that tsunami in the Philippines that like wiped out like 4 million people, right? That one tsunami.
Yeah.
That my healer friends were like knocked to the ground. They didn't know it was happening. They were just walking around in their bathrobe, drinking their herbal tea. And then all of a sudden they were hit with this energy. And I'm saying there's energy, and we are all feeling it, but we can, like a tuning fork. You know what you need to do? You know, I don't have a tuning fork, but I have a tuning frog. This is my tuning frog. Every morning I'm like,
this is why your neighbors hate you.
And I get myself into my croak zone, you know? And
you don't actually call it that, do you?
I call it. I sit down on my yoga mat when I pop up my Murphy bed. I sit down on my yoga mat after I move the Amazon boxes out of the way. Right now, there are so many Amazon boxes.
Yeah, I've seen footage of the carnage that is your apartment right now.
But the point is this: let's all tune ourselves. Use this show to tune yourself to the universe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've been told by multiple shamans that we have helped people like on the edge. Right. And I want everybody to hit share on this right now. If you're watching us on YouTube, if you're watching us on Facebook, if you're watching us on the Twitch,
first hit subscribe.
Hit subscribe,
hit share.
Then you share it, and then buckle up, because we got a jam-packed show for you tonight. And who do we have on tonight's show?
We have who do we have? Did you book guests?
I did.
You tell me. Oh yeah, we do.
We
have a comedian on the show this evening. Elvis has not left the building, folks. He's here tonight. Elvis Mujic, famous as a touring Waffle House comedian.
I think, what's his last name? Is that Serbian?
I think he's from Bosnia, I believe.
Bosnia. That's right. He's, Elvis is a great dude. I ran with him. I was like, I just had a comic on last week.
Toured Waffle Houses. Of course, you ran with him.
Having a comic on this week. Are we just overloading the people with funny? And I don't think we can do enough funny. Mm-mm. So that's why I said, let's get Elvis on here. He's doing some amazing things. What I love about Elvis is that
there's not enough outlets for comedians on the internet right now. So the least we could do is provide one,
Absolutely. And he's been doing some amazing stuff, because he's got a heart of freaking gold, this kid. And he does a lot of work and outreach with homeless shelters and homeless shelters and places where they keep homeless people, and so he does like sock drives or underwear drives, and does comedy for these folks, and empathy is something that is lacking in this world. So let's give it up for him when he gets on here. If you've got any questions, feel free to give us a call. Oh, we can't take calls.
No, I don't think so.
But put the phone number up there. Look, this is what I'd love. We can't take your live phone calls tonight, but
I don't even know if I want to be able to play it, because if I pull up, I just noticed that if I pull up our phones, we're going to be able to see everybody's phone numbers.
Dwayne, let me just be honest with you.
What?
We're not going to play any of them.
We need
what I'm asking folks to do is put the phone number up. And I want everybody to just call that number. If you've got a second, call that number and wish Kyle a happy birthday, because he's the only one that knows how to access these voicemails. And we got to log in.
Play them all next week.
We have to log into our Gmail account, which is the.least.
I'm in there, but I If I share my screen,
show@gmail.com.
Hold on. Can you tell me if you can hear this, Jimmy?
If I can hear what?
No, not that. Not that. Hold
You're
on. There's an incoming call now.
Is there? Oh,
yeah.
But it's gonna loop. He said it's gonna loop.
I don't know. Let's find out.
Live DMs.
Hello.
See, you might be able to hear them, but then you don't have it looped because he's got it on another computer.
Hello.
He has 2 computers.
Who's got? Oh, yeah.
Kyle has 2 or 3 computers that he does to do the show. I don't know how.
I don't know if this is an actual call.
I don't even know if we're live. I mean, the fact that we've got some people commenting in the text makes me think that maybe we've got.
Are we live?
Oh, and then looking at these, did you put some of these up there? Larry's saying that the CIA released UFO records.
Holy cow! I didn't put that up there. How'd that get up there? Did you put that up there?
I did that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We got Aaron's giving us some love.
Thank God. I thought we were kicked off of. I'll be honest. I thought we were kicked off of Talking Beards for good.
You didn't. You didn't think we were going to be on this week?
No.
Oh no! Aaron loves us. Aaron loves us. He forgave us immediately, but don't let it happen again.
Oh, fuck. I knew something was wrong, Jimmy. We're in the Matrix, bro.
We are in the Matrix. Oh, I've got Sean's address up on this screen over here. I pulled it down, Sean. I'm going to get you some pins. They're coming out this week. Okay, so Elvis is joining us. We're going to talk to him. He's in. Did he say he was in Abilene? I think he's in Abilene, or no, he's in like Rockwall, Texas. But he's going to be in Abilene. He's going to join us in a little bit. And then in the second hour,
yes,
in the second hour, we're going to talk to. I just am so lucky to have stumbled upon her Facebook page during the pandemic, and she has been going live and doing like 3 or 4 hour live sets where she's got a lot of original music, but she also has just done a lot of covers. She's amazing on guitar. She's amazing on piano, and her vocal stylings are unmatched. Like she could be on The Masked Singer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I'd never heard of her till she was supposed to be on the show last week. And I went and listened to some of her music. And then I would immediately a huge fan. Yeah. And then heartbroken because
Sydney Wright.
But she's here tonight.
She's here tonight. Yeah. That was a mix up on my part. I mean, you should always, I even did one of those posts where I was like, hey, all I have to do on Friday is confirm the show. And I was feeling all Johnny on the spot, Johnny ready to go, Johnny, get your gun. And then we had a miscommunication. she didn't make it last week, but it was so much easier to make the flyer. Can you show everybody the flyer that I made for this week? Do you know how to do that?
No, I got so much stuff going on, dude.
I know you got a lot of stuff.
There's people calling.
You just let them go to voicemail. Let them go to voicemail. Don't answer any of those calls. And Joe Ben says there's UFO plans in Frank Zappa's vault. Really? A lot of stuff going on about Tesla. Everybody's talking about Nikola Tesla all of a sudden. And I'm like, where have y'all been? And I don't know what it is about.
No, it's not Nikola Tesla, bro. It's Elon Musk, man.
What about him?
That's who they're talking about. They're not talking about Nikola Tesla. They're talking about Tesla, the car company, car manufacturer that's coming to Austin.
No. Oh, I see what you're saying. They're talking about Tesla the car. No. You just left me at the dock on that one.
Totally.
I was lost. Okay. I don't know why I brought up Nikola Tesla. I just saw a stupid meme. People are sending me memes. Once the show starts, don't send me memes, folks.
Yeah, because he can't even make the slideshow pre-show himself.
I do not make that slideshow, and thank God Kyle took
he had to have Kyle come in on his birthday. and make the slideshow.
Let's see here. What's Austin say? What's your take on the $350 a ticket for Dave Chappelle show at Stubbs? Is that true? Is he doing
out
shows
of my fucking price range for sure?
Yeah, I mean, I think the highest amount I ever paid for a concert. Well,
I can't lie. I paid $150 to see Rogan at some spot. I didn't. I mean, my wife bought the tickets. But.
Okay, yeah, but I think I went and saw Pink Floyd in like '95, and that was maybe $100 ticket. In 2000, wow. I went.
Elon Musk can afford $350 a ticket, Austin. I mean, come on.
What would I go to? Fish. They did the New Year's Eve concert at Big Cypress, but that was like a 3-day event. They played for 12 hours straight. I think that was like a $350-$400 camping ticket.
My brother-in-law followed Fish around for years
for a festival, but for a comedy show, how long is that set going to be? An hour max, right?
Chappelle. And I'm sure he's got other people performing with him. He's probably got the Fugees and the Black Eyed Peas back together to come out to Stubbs and perform.
So he'll do a whole variety show. Look,
Alex Jones is probably out front trying to get a ticket.
Give him all the money. Give him the money. That's fine. Give him the money. I mean, we're basically, this is his reparations tour in a sense. Like Comedy Central screwed him out of so much money. And then not only that, they drug him.
The plural of scrotum.
Something like that. They screwed him. And they drug him through the mud and made him sound like a crazy dude that just went to Africa and lost his mind. So yeah, pay him some money.
Yeah.
Go see a show. Pay $350, but wear a mask, people, because I mean, look, the numbers are up.
I'm pretty sure masks are required at the show.
Aaron's sending me memes.
I believe you have to take a COVID test at the door, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, that was good. That was a good one. Remind me not to open any of the memes that people are sending me. It just
I don't know why you're even bothering with it. You tell them not to send them, and then they send them, and you look at them anyway, so they're going to continue to send them. If you tell them not to send them, and if they send them, you don't look at them, then they'll stop sending them.
So we made a promise to ourselves that we weren't going to talk about politics, right? But
we also promised Kyle that we weren't going to talk about politics.
But can I just say that it is hard not to talk about it, right? Because it's so in our face and it's so unprecedented what we're going through, and I'm hoping by this time next week we're going to get through Wednesday. This is as much politics as we're going to talk about. We're going to get through Wednesday. It's going to go peaceably, despite the fact that did you hear about the guy that they found with the guns and the 500 rounds? I mean, like trying to get into a checkpoint with fake ID. I mean, it's kind of worrisome.
You
didn't hear about that? No. Okay, yeah. So that happened.
I'm staying away from the news as much as possible, man, because I can't.
You got a 20-mile perimeter around, this is the problem.
I don't know if it's 20 miles because I've seen some of the footage and you can see the Capitol fairly well.
Yeah, no, it's not 20
whatever
miles.
Fucking street that is. It's not 20
It's like
miles.
a block and a half.
Good ways, though.
It's a block and a
yards.
They've got like 2 different checkpoints.
Dude, they said 20,000 troops in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday. That's more troops than we have probably in both of the countries that we're currently engaged in a war with.
So I'm playing this stupid game on my iPhone. And when I go with my forces against another force, it'll be like I have 800,000 troops and they have 200,000 troops. But if I do the quick war, I'll lose like 600,000 of my troops. But if I do
that Among Us game,
I don't know what
everybody talks about.
And if I do the slow war, I'll only lose 200, but then I'll wipe out theirs. So this is what I'm thinking. with our troops. Now, granted, aren't these, this is the thing. Like all military guys, they back each other up. Yeah, I'm military. I love all the military. But then you get like one sailor and one.
Don't say that. I'm a military guy, so ask me. Don't just assume. Ask me.
I mean, if you get together, because you're a squid, right? Yeah. So you're a Navy guy, and then you get along. You get along fine with an Army guy, and then until like a Marine guy comes over and starts talking some shit, and then you guys just start eating each other. You start eating each other's young, is what I'm saying.
True.
It's
I'm cool. I'm cool with everybody as long as they're not an asshole. Hold on, let me pour some coffee. I don't want to spill.
What is it that they call the National Guard? Like they've got jokes for the National Guard,
Warriors and shit.
Weekend Warriors or the Burger King Guard or something like that. People making fun. And look, there are some chunky bros in that, but them with the
there's some guys that haven't seen a PT test in a while. You're right.
Them with their fatigue. How many civilians could one National Guardsman take out? So I'm just saying, like, could 20,000 be overpowered if 1 million crazed lunatics descend on DC? Could they be overpowered, or are they going to pull out Tomahawk missiles?
No, man. I honestly, I don't know the answer to this question, Jimmy. Here's what I hope. I've seen all these guys lined up around the Capitol with their firearms. I'm hoping that they just stand there for the next 5 or 6 days collecting a paycheck and don't have to fend anyone off, that everything goes smoothly and there are no problems.
Right.
What I fear is something completely different.
Oh, no.
That they're all secretly Trump supporters and they're forming a defensive perimeter around the government. Hold on, wait, no. That's not me talking. That's like
there are people in like the Congress and the Senate right now that are worried about the guys that just got elected, and they're like, they're gonna kill me. Like this one chick.
Did you see that one lady said that she was gonna bring impeachment charges against Biden on January 21st?
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. But okay, so we're not going to talk about politics, and you know how we know we're not going to talk about politics? Because we're going to bring on our first guest, Elvis. What's his last name?
Donald Trump, folks.
Elvis Mujic, ladies and gentlemen.
Elvis Mujic of Elvis. What is it? ElvisComedy.com?
That's right. That's right, Jimmy.
ElvisComedy.com. Where are you? In Rockwall, Texas right now. You got a new place.
No, I don't know where you got. No, I'm in Abilene.
Abilene.
Oh, you are in Abilene. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a song about Abilene, I believe.
Yeah, many songs.
When's your next show? What are you doing? Where are you performing next? You've been doing comedy for a while on the road, and I've been watching you and living vicariously through you. I hope you've been safe, but you also have been you've got a humanitarian slant to your comedy too. So tell us about some of your travels and how everything's going.
Okay, so this Friday I'll be at a place called Pleasanton, at a place called Eagle's Nest. But what you're referring to are my loving testicles. I have testicles of gold, where I perform for homeless people out of my heart. And no, I really do. I've been doing like stand-up comedy at homeless shelters. I just reached 100 of them in Abilene. I did the 100th shelter. And then the shows I do, they're just essentially regular comedy shows, but people bring socks and underwear as their cover charge. It's like the opposite of Dave Chappelle's show. What is he paying? $300-something? Is that what he said?
$350 a pop, bro.
Fuck out of here.
5 nights in a row. He's going to be sold out 5 nights in a row at $350 a pop.
That's greedy.
Yeah.
That's great.
We're going to tag him in this video and let him know. But I mean, Elvis, you've got a connection to these folks. You look them in the eye, you make them laugh. And what I think people here in Austin forget is that they are human beings, right? These homeless people, they're not from another planet, and it's not like they have a disease that makes them any different from us. They just befell on some life challenges. Are you seeing more folks in the shelters for the first time, or are you seeing folks that are you seeing any progress, or is there hope? How can we help the homeless community? How do we do it?
Oh yeah, there's tons of hope, man. I mean, because I'm constantly interacting with people that are helping them. Like I was in Brownsville a few days ago, and I saw this amazing shelter that not as a day resource center where they do like a bunch of things really well. But then I'll see other places. I did a set in Brownsville for a different shelter a week before that, and it was the opposite. Like I showed up, nobody knew what was going on. I made sure everybody knew about it, the staff and everybody. I show up, they don't know what's going on. Sometimes it's either a mess or it can be a really a wonderful experience to see people helping each other. So
do you see more people turning up at homeless shelters now because they can actually go to shows, and people who have houses and shit can't go to actual shows?
Oh, like people are burning their houses down to be homeless so they can then get to a comedy show. They love comedy so much that they lost everything to come and see you. Has anybody told you that?
Give up all of my earthly possessions for live comedy.
No, I mean, that's all happening. No, I do it because like they can't go to regular shows. They can't go do anything in normal society. Like if they walk into any kind of a place, they just get kicked out. And not because it's there's a whole they smell. It might be dangerous. There's a lot of stuff going on. So I don't get mad at anybody on any of this. I just try to do something good about it.
Do you see a difference in the audiences, like these privileged fucking folks with a house and money and shit in a comedy club as opposed to some homeless folks at a shelter who don't have much of anything?
Yeah, homeless folks tend to be a little smarter sometimes. They might know a little bit more about history, and they're a little smarter actually. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, but streetwise,
No, I mean smarter about like they know. Like I'll say Bosnia in some places, and people are like, "What the fuck? What?" But then you say it in a shelter, and there'll be people that really know what's going on, like what happened there, and the history. And
you got all that extra time to read the news.
And they're probably receiving radio messages from Bosnia too,
right?
Tell us about Bosnia. Were you born there, or were you born over here to Bosnian parents? What happened?
No, I was born there. Survived the war as a little baby, and then we moved here after the war as refugees.
So,
but you want to know about Bosnia? What happened?
Well, yeah. Will you tell us what was it? What side of the war was it? A revolution that happened over there, or Bosnia was attacked by Crimea, right?
No, this is what I'm talking about. Homeless people know more than you.
Yeah.
What was it?
No, it was.
Let me guess. Was it Chechnya?
No, none of this is. You're thinking of Russia.
None of this is accurate. All right, school us on some history.
It used to be Yugoslavia, and it was run by a particular person that kind of kept everything together, and a strong leader. He was known as like maybe the last benevolent dictator, which you might not believe, but he actually kept things running pretty well, and it was a very independent country. He died. There was a period of unrest, and people weren't sure what's going on, and then the country just fell apart. Maybe like outside influences and various things happened, but it got violent. And usually when things get violent like that, like the weakest people that don't have guns, they tend to get hurt. So that was
he was like Trump. He was like,
yeah, I was going to do that. I was going to say, well, yeah, there was a transition of power, and he was like Trump in a lot of ways, actually. He
yeah,
was
kind of brash and
but like
bully.
you going through this, and then maybe you don't remember it because you were a little babe in your swaddle basket, but I know that your life most likely was affected by, being raised by parents that had to go through that. And then there are parallels to today. How are the liberals the poor ones that aren't well armed that are going to be in danger? Is that what you're saying? I think that's what your message is.
No, I'm not saying any of that. I met a guy from Egypt. He actually sold me this car that I'm in now. I just got like a different van, and I don't think things are really that bad right now. But he went through like the Arab Spring, and he experienced like a real war. I think we'll be fine. Just a bunch of people got really fucked up, and they got angry, and there was a mob sort of thing, and they went in there, and the police chief in DC said don't shoot at them, so they got in. You can't really do much about it. It really was not a big. They got in, they didn't do anything. They took some stupid pictures and they left. That's it. It's done. Nothing really happened.
It took a podium, broke some windows. I mean, come on.
Somebody died.
A couple of people died. Yeah, that was unfortunate.
If we were to talk to a psychologist or a sociologist, I think that we could probably, if we were to look at the thing on the macro level, we could say that this was just a classic mob. And people were upset. They were already upset when they showed up. I mean, they flew across the country to go to this little rally. And then they're like, well, we did come here. Everybody's going down to the Capitol. We might as well go with them. And then it's like, oh, that guy broke a window. It's like that scene in Hot Rod when they're walking down, get upset, and then all of a sudden the guy throws the trash can through the window, and it turns into a mob. And then the guy from Eastbound and Down standing there with the TV, and he's like, that escalated quickly. You've seen the movie. You know what I'm talking about.
I haven't seen the movie, no.
Just like that.
But I understand what you're saying. Something quick.
Just like that, it can happen, right? Yeah. You've seen this happen. You've seen Jesse Lopez comedy.
Yeah, I actually performed with him about a week ago. Yeah.
How's he doing, by the way?
Yeah, he's doing all right. He spent his stimulus check on all $600 on toy motorcycles.
We're getting another one, bro. We're getting another one. Don't worry. Yeah. Bigger and better, like 1,400. They're gonna square us up,
They're gonna square us up to the $2,000 that we were supposed to get.
But didn't we talk to somebody in Canada last week who they've been getting $2,000 a month since March, right? Right, Jimmy?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they've got up there in Canada, they've got the universal basic income that kicked in, and they're just giving everybody $2,000 a month until they can get back to work.
$2,000 a month and free weed, bro.
And so I don't know how to get you to be Canadian, but that would be cool.
My people got kicked out of Canada once already, bro. I can't get back in.
No, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking to Elvis. Elvis, we watched. We've enjoyed your Waffle House tapes. Tell us where the inspiration came for you to go and do comedy at Waffle Houses, and how was it received?
Oh man, so I had like a habit of performing in places where they don't normally have comedy, just to get in front of people when I have nothing scheduled, and I got sick of open mics too. So, and then I did one at a Waffle House. Somebody suggested in New Orleans when I was in New Orleans. Mm-hmm. Somebody I knew there was like, you should do one at a Waffle House, and I was like, okay, let's go do one. And then he's like, you should do a tour, man. And I was like, that sounds ridiculous. And then I ended up doing that.
You were like, that sounds ridiculous, but I love it.
Yeah, eventually I was like, yeah, that does sound kind of interesting. So then I did 50 Waffle Houses in 28 days. And I filmed some of it, and it was pretty fun. It was interesting. Sometimes it was great. I started to have certain rules where I wouldn't perform when people were too drunk. But
Right.
it went pretty well.
Did you have a specific time slot that you like to perform in?
Yeah. Like, at people getting off of work, and then not after midnight, especially on weekends. But then I broke those rules a lot too. Like, I did one set, it was like 3 a.m.
Yeah. You have
So,
to, though.
yeah.
Especially if you're working on new material. That's the best time, 3 a.m.,
The
right?
waffle. Yeah.
That's what I hear anyway. I watch a lot of Joe Rogan's podcast, so I know a lot about comedy.
Yes,
Well,
that's
now, performing at a Waffle House is not, I don't think many people can say they've done it, but you've done over 50 shows at a Waffle House. And then do you get permission, or do you just have like one of them boom boxes and a microphone, and you're just like, hey everybody, what's going on? Thanks for coming to the show. Is that how you start?
I always get permission. I get permission from literally everybody. So I ask who's ever their manager, which is usually the cook. I mean, when I was doing this, and then I ask the rest of the staff, and I ask who's ever there if they're okay with it. I tell them exactly what's going on, and if when I was filming, I would tell them I'm filming. So I get permission. I don't just plug. That's crazy. I'm not some crazy person plugging an amp in and just yelling at them.
Now, so if you're getting permission from everyone in situations where someone walks in while you're in the middle of your set,
I tell them that we're doing a comedy show. Is that okay?
Okay.
Cool. I'm sure that's fine.
Yeah, it's really rare. Usually it's received really well. They're like, oh, that sounds great. Do it. And then if one person says no when I do these, I don't do it. So that has happened, but it's pretty rare.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do they feed you while you're there?
They have tried. I don't eat that shit.
You should take Jimmy on a tour of Waffle House with you. You see how a real man treats Waffle House.
Now, what about your parents? What do they say about your comedy career? Are they supportive? I mean, are you making money? Are you able to save?
No, not save, but now, they were helping me for a long time. I have to say that, and I'm very thankful. Not everybody has that situation, but now I'm breaking even, and it started to happen. It was crazy during COVID.
Okay,
I kind of started to learn how to make money.
Okay,
I'm not saving
but I was thinking about it today. I was like, why? Well, because I was just thinking to myself, I know all these things that I should have done, like because I've made missteps and blown a lot of money, and then it's like, man, if only I would have put $25 a month away, every month I'd have $1 million in compounding interest, right? And then I'm like, you know what? Forget about me. I don't have much time left.
Oh, I wish I could.
But my nephews. Why don't I start this for them? They're like 10. Like by the time they get out of high school, they could have $1 million. Why aren't the schools doing that? Why aren't we getting 6th graders to open up some sort of compound interest account or a Roth IRA, and then getting them to put their stupid allowance in there? And by the time they're 30, they're millionaires. Like, what happened, Elvis, to the education system in this country? Was it better in Bosnia?
I went to 1st grade in Bosnia. I don't know. You don't learn anything about finances, that's for sure. I mean, you don't learn much about how to, have a good life. You just kind of learn the habit of being a working person. And then you learn some stuff. But the habit of being a sort of a person that goes to work, comes home, and then you get instilled this habit of constantly consuming entertainment, and then shopping on the weekends.
Everything's at your fingertips too, man. Like, I think it's true that it's been too long for folks in the United States, especially. They haven't had any struggle, a really long time. They're not used to it anymore.
Or if anybody did have a struggle, it was one segment of the population, and the rest were able to be like, sucks for them.
I mean, the majority was kicking back, eating popcorn, buying shit on Amazon.
Right.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, there were people struggling too. Tons of people struggling, but I don't know. I just stayed focused. Like I took for me, COVID was the first break I had in like a year, so it was nice.
So
for
you're
months.
seeing it as a positive. You've had growth in your career, and then, like you said, you're learning how to work this as a business now.
Yes, but really, I learned. I mean, honestly, all of that kind of started to happen on its own through trying to do these things for the homeless. It's really kind of interesting when you try to do something, I think, pure and good. You'll learn a lot from it, and a lot of stuff started coming from that. Like I learned how to negotiate money and how to promote shows better and how to contact media and stuff. Like I didn't know any of that. And then also, honestly, I wasn't really even driven to do any of that to actually get it done when I was just doing regular comedy shows. A lot of things happen from trying to do something good. So I think that's really why things have worked out a little better.
Is that your lesson, Elvis? If you
Probably,
do
but
good,
that's not. Yeah.
good thing will come back to you if you do good things. Is that what you're trying to tell the people?
Yes, but you can't. I don't know if you can do that to get good things from it. I think it's
right. I don't think that can be your intent going in. Is I'm going to go do these good things to get good things out of it.
Yeah, it would be a little strange, but that wasn't my intent. My intent was like, hey, do this while you can, and then at least you can say you did something good with comedy.
Right.
And then
Jimmy's intent would be completely different.
Yeah, you're like the Jesus of comedy. I get it. But what's
we applaud you for that.
What do you want to be when you grow up? Like now that you know how to do the road thing, and and this is the thing, like the COVID, like I lived poor. When you met me, I was going back to school. I was living off student loans, and I was selling stuff that I bought at Goodwill, which I'm still doing. But like
you're buying more shit than you're selling.
I have been poor. So when this happened, I was like, I'm all right. It's the people that have too much or have big bills and can't handle a cut down in pay that are really hurting.
Didn't you buy a mongoose recently at a thrift store?
Oh, drinking word is mongoose, by the way. Are you drinking with us?
No, I don't drink. I'll get some water.
I'm drinking coffee. I got coffee, so there you go.
Oh, and speaking, before you answer my question, some stupid musclehead on one of his pop-up videos that popped up after I was watching like a dog skateboard. He was like, oh, so if you want to lose weight, you can't do one of those negative calorie diets. That's not how you do it. And you can't just drink water to hydrate. You got to add, I think he said you had to add baking soda and salt to your water to hydrate.
No,
what is this? What kind of sorcery is this?
We need to hook him up with the pee drinking guy.
I mean, I have just been told my whole life you don't drink enough water. You need to drink some water, Jimmy. Look at you, your elbow. You know the way to test for hydration? You pull the flap of your elbow skin.
Was that true?
If it doesn't go back, see, I am dehydrated.
You can do the same with your testicles.
Oh, let me see.
Oh yeah, hold on.
Let's see, boys. Let's see it.
Just
kidding. These pants are too tight. I can't.
This segment's brought to you by Poop Knife, by the way. Elvis is brought to us by Poop Knife. What is something that we can do in our communities to help with the stigma of homelessness? I gotta admit, I'm not giving as much money on the curb because I'm scared of transmission of COVID, right? And like I've got old people that I work with, and then I've got a boss that has a kid on the way. So like I can't get them sick, so I'm more careful. So I what are these food pantries? Is that a place where we can give our money, or is there some national place that we can help all of them at once? Is it Amazon.com?
No, it's not Amazon. I guess nationally, the one organization that I'd probably trust best would be the Salvation Army. They do a good job. I Locally though, man, Austin is like you guys are like homelessness on steroids, man.
I shop at the Salvation
wow.
Army store all the time, so I do my part.
Salvation Army though is interesting. They do like they have so many different things they do, and for being such a huge place, they do it pretty well.
Yeah.
I trust Salvation Army to do the work. Goodwill is just turned into some sort of like some trade-off where they get free labor for these people that are doing community service, or are either living in some of their shelters or something like that. I don't know. They're making a lot of money. They have no donors.
They have no shelters. I think the only thing they explicitly do, and they say they do, is that they try to hire people with disabilities.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So they're
train them for the workforce.
That's about it. That's about it. I don't see. I don't know.
They've got the workforce where they do some retraining and stuff like that. I don't know how that's been open during this thing, but I know that they are making money. I am in Goodwills all the time. I bought this stupid frog. Do you get yourself in the croak zone, bro?
Please,
dude,
let's hear it.
Let's get in the croak zone.
Let's do it.
Oh, that was a bad croak. Hold on.
Oh, I like it.
Okay, that's a little much.
Oh, okay, sorry. I once I get in the croak zone, there's no getting out. But
it just makes me want to eat mushrooms.
The Goodwill, they help people, but Salvation Army, you've seen them at work, and then man, what I worry about is here in Austin, we've got this crazy politics. You've got some people that are just like, get these homeless people out of here. They've got to be off the street. Put them somewhere. Where do you put them? Where? I mean, we passed this thing that decriminalized camping on the street, but then now there's a bunch of people camping on the street, and then they're like, what do we do with them? So this is my thought, and stay with me on this, because I think we can get some money in this. Like, imagine if we got $1 billion from Elon Musk, which is like a drop in the bucket, and we buy some land outside of town. Actually, they've already got some land, but we put some houses there. We build some houses, and we do like a rent to own sort of proposition. And then like, hey man, you want to live in this house? You got to go to the doctor every month, and you got to also stay off of the heavy drugs. You can drink or whatever. I don't know. We make some sort of rules about some sort of drug that they can do. None of the synthetic shit. The synthetic weed is always screwing people up, right? So
why does everyone automatically go to Elon Musk for the money to do shit like this?
Because he's got some
okay, fucking rich people all over Austin. Why the fuck aren't they doing something already?
Oh, all right, guys. Yeah, go ahead.
They've offered it some, like, maybe and more, like they've offered to literally bust all of them. Like, the rich people have called some of the shelters and said, look, we'll just give you a ton of money if you just get them out of here.
Well, I mean, that's not the option, I don't think.
Well, Washington State,
no place to bust them to, man. Come
on. Seattle, and I believe Portland do the same thing, where they have you get a free one-way bus ticket out of town. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about solving the problem. Number one, we need to start working on keeping people out of homelessness, right? Like, let's start with that. Like, get it so that they aren't just tossed out on the street. Let's work on that. But then we've also got the existing homeless population. And I'm saying, like, we can get these rich guys in on this, because look, hey, what's your name? My name's Edgar. Okay, well, do you have any paperwork? No. I lost everything in a house fire. I have no driver's license, no birth certificate. Okay, we get them with the lawyer. We get their paperwork. Then we get them a medical appointment. Then we get them some clothes. Then we get them some training, right? And then we get them to sign a piece of paper that says that we can take a life insurance policy, $1 million life insurance policy out on them. If they have any next of kin, they get half of that. And then if they don't have next of kin, then it all goes to the investors. So it's basically these investors would be buying homeless people. This sounds terrible out of my mouth right now.
It does. It really.
Oh
does.
no, I've been trying to figure out a way to how can we hunt homeless people, and then how can it be profitable
and capture them.
And that's a good
Where
idea.
people pay to shoot them with paintballs, maybe. Where it's
This
not.
way, no.
Or how about with vaccine?
Listen,
Rich people pay to hunt down homeless people and shoot them with a vaccine dart.
Sure.
Okay, look, if you put a scarlet letter on a homeless person that said that they had been vaccinated, I would then roll down my window and give them. Okay,
because you're not.
No, what you're describing though, there's a place in Lubbock that has done that, and it's working all right. They have a bunch of tiny homes on some property, and they get people to live in there, and they seem to allow smoking pot. When I was getting like a little tour of the place, I could smell pot, which I don't know how I feel about it, but yeah, that's something that places have done, and it has worked. So
yeah,
Larry says Finland houses them all regardless of drug use. They build apartments and hire resident managers that help them to find employment and rehab for those that will go.
Huh. Yeah, but America
those Nordic countries got it made, bro.
America is huge with a gigantic population, so something that works in a smaller place might not be able to be implemented nationally in America.
Well, not nationally, but we could maybe put together some sort of and tell me, look, I'm making homeless people a commodity, and I'm saying, you can have this piece of paper document that when they pass away, that money goes back into the organization. Like, it's almost like and maybe sell their bodies to science. I don't know.
Jesus, man.
I'm kidding.
Hey, Jimmy, knock.
Who's there?
Convex
who?
Convex go to prison.
Wow.
Oh no, wait, there's a Friday one too. A truck loaded with Vicks Vapor Rub overturned on the highway. Amazingly, there was no congestion for 8 hours.
Oh. Elvis, so we're gonna get through this, right? The pandemic's gonna end, and we've got a new administration coming. Are you hopeful for 2021?
Oh, always, man. Yeah. I don't. I mean,
Oh, he's gone.
No.
I look at that's entertainment. To be honest with you, I try to find things in my life that I can affect, and doesn't seem like any president has changed much in my life. So I don't really put too much into it. But it has been entertaining 4 years. Can we admit that the last 4 years have been entertaining?
Entertaining, nerve-wracking,
entertaining in a horror movie kind of way. Yeah.
No, I think it's been fun.
Well, I like your outlook on things. You're a silver lining kind of guy, even though it is a silver lining around a gigantic elephant turd that we've all been force-fed for the past 4 years. But it does have a silver lining. Elvis, we're gonna play this video, the Waffle House Tapes Guerrilla Comedy. Is that okay if we do that?
Sure.
You don't care?
I love how you pressure people into letting you play their videos.
Yeah, maybe I didn't ask him earlier. We're gonna play that as our break, but I want people to give you all their money when they do see you. Are you doing any shows around here anytime soon?
Not around Austin, man. Austin, the bigger cities are harder to organize stuff. You have to go pay $300 to see a fucking show in Austin.
Yeah,
so, it's hard to get venues to do stuff at bigger cities. So I'm still sticking around these smaller places. So I have one Friday in it's by San Antonio, Pleasanton, and then another one in Coleman, which is near Abilene on Sunday.
Okay, sweet.
You can bring money. I mean, but what I do at the shows too, I'll buy a bunch of socks and underwear, and then I sell it at the shows.
So that you can give it then to get in.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And that's even just like a recommendation, but pretty much everybody always does it. So
yeah.
You can just bring a bunch of socks and underwear.
Yeah, on the flyer, I tried
to preferably though, right?
And listen, sorry about. Did you see the drawing that I did of you? I'm sorry about that. On the flyer for this week's show.
It's nice.
Okay. And then I was trying to make it say "Bring me undies," but it kind of just turned into "Bring me on."
It's hard to do that, Jimmy, because there's a brand. It's branding. There's a Me Undies brand, so
there is.
Oh yeah, you got to watch out. We might get demonetized or some shit.
No, I didn't spell undies properly. It's just
okay. You should be fine then.
Well, Elvis, you know, we had the pleasure of working with each other on. We had Dan French on as a guest a few weeks ago. What was it? The last Saturday show, or what was it? The last minute Saturday show?
Yeah, it's like last Saturday or something like that. Yeah, it was a talk show.
You were the host. I was the crazy dude trying to. Well, I did like every character. They were just like, "Hey, we need a crazy guy. Put Jimmy out there." But I was doing all the filming, helping with the production. That was a fun time. That was the time that I got to know you as a human, and you've been one of my favorite humans. And your positive outlook is contagious, and that's why I want to keep you close. But I've got a tiny apartment. You can't stay here.
That's all right.
Okay.
He's got a Murphy bed though.
Be good.
Thank you for everything you did. Nice.
Well, and keep us in touch with what you're doing, and if there's any way that or anything that we can share that can help the community that you are supporting, and I just want to tell you, man, please, we need folks with a heart like yours. Keep us in the loop and let us know, and let our listeners know how we can help you, help some of the less fortunate in our community and get them raising back up, man.
Yeah, I mean, you could. There's several things you could do. You go talk to them. You could acknowledge their existence. That's one thing you could do. If you guys really want to give me money and you want me to do something particular with the money, you can go to my PayPal is the only way. ElvisComedy@gmail. That's my PayPal. You can write in a note what you want me to do with it, and I'll send you whatever proof you want. A video. You want me to go have sex with a homeless person? You need a video of it? I got it. I'll do it.
There you go. ElvisComedy@gmail.com, folks, on PayPal. Get your requests in now.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you, Elvis. We'll see you later, man. You be safe out there, and please keep in touch. Okay.
You too, man. You guys are doing a good job. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thanks, brother.
Appreciate it. It was a pleasure.
All right. That's Elvis. ElvisComedy.com. Is that right?
ElvisComedy.com. That's right.
Go on him if you've got any requests.
ElvisComedy@gmail.com is his PayPal address if you want to get those requests in.
Great dude. Great dude, doing great things, and very happy to have him on the show.
Jimmy, why is it every time we have a guest, the conversation always turns to you?
Oh,
why can't you let the guests talk about themselves instead of just stealing the conversation?
Nobody's here to listening.
Look, Austin said, amazing guest, and you talked over him half the time.
Yeah, that's everybody's here to hear about me. Okay, right? It's the least they could do is just listen to one of my stories one more time. That's all. At least
we finally ran out of your videos to play for a break. We finally.
All right. Speaking of which,
folks, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna watch this video of basically a trailer of the Waffle House tapes, and then we're gonna come back with Sydney Wright.
Not right away, because we're gonna not talk about politics for a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll be right back with some more The Least We Could Do. Don't go anywhere. Thank you, everybody, for listening and watching. This is Waffle House Tapes by Elvis.
Play the video, will you?
I know. I don't know how to do this.
Just press play.
How do I make it full screen?
You got to do it on your side. I got it.
Oh, but no, see, this isn't going to work.
Why is it not going to work?
Because
this is why there's no Kyle.
Hold on. We can do this because I did.
Oh, how do you have Google Fiber and your internet is so terrible, bro?
It's Kyle. Hold on.
And I live in the boonies and I got better internet than you.
I think I got to mute. There we go. I'm muting myself.
Good. I don't want to hear you anyway. Did you share the audio when you shared this screen? All of our viewers have left the building. What are you doing, man? Do you just expect everyone to read the subtitles the whole time? Can't get any context from here. No, we still can't hear. This is so bad. Jimmy, you're terrible. You're a terrible producer. No, he's completely lost control, folks.
I mean, look, I
can't function.
Do I have to play? I got to play it from this one to do the audio.
No. Did you share the audio?
I didn't share the audio. Is that what it is?
Yes, you didn't. Unshare that screen.
Oh my God. Where
unshare that tab.
Unshare
from
it.
Stream.
Stop screen
there
share.
You go. Oh, there you go. Now share it again. Share that tab again, but click share audio.
Oh my God. I left the broadcast studio. Oh my God. Oh my God.
You didn't leave the broadcast. You're here. You're right here.
I'm here, but my Jimmy's PC, you know.
Hold
on. Share screen.
Did I get rid of the shit technologist banner?
Okay.
I think I did because
I click on share audio. Okay. Yes. There we go. Now we share it. Jeez, is Jimmy gonna get a smoke break? Okay, will you stay on here and make sure that you can hear it? Because I can hear it. Can you hear it?
I can hear it now. Yeah, go play it.
Are you sure?
Gotcha.
Okay. Oh my God. I'm unmuting you. I'm trying to unmute you. Unmute your mic.
My mic is unmuted. You are.
It's not working.
Worst.
I don't even know how to stop this. Okay. Forget it. We can't play videos without Kyle. This is what happens. This is what happens.
You're just mad because you're not getting a smoke break. You know what? I don't smoke anymore.
I know. Oh my God. What am I gonna do? Okay, so how do we get this off the screen? So look, go to elviscomedy.com. Oh my God, where's Kyle?
Elvis Comedy.
He has a birthday
Once
a year. Once a year, and then he just forgot about us. And then do you remember the text message he sent? I was like, hey, Kyle, can you make us a flyer? And he was like, oh, this was his apology. Dudes, I'm sorry. That was completely not a thought with all of my moving and shit, but you can have a good day. I mean, he basically was like, y'all were not even a thought. And my response is, telling us you didn't think about us doesn't take the sting out of being forgotten, Kyle. So anyway.
Oh, Jimmy, watch your language.
Hey, Mom. Mom,
language.
My parents are going through some stressful times. They sold their house that I was 1 year old when they moved into this house. And so many memories, so many wonderful memories in this house. I broke my first bone in that house.
Hold on. You were 1 year old when you moved into that house, right?
I was a year old.
How old were you when you moved out?
It was like 4 months ago. No, I moved out. I want to say I was 20.
We don't need no backup producer.
Like
we got this shit, Aaron Johnson.
We got it, Aaron. We're figuring this out.
Oh, Jimmy, someone else is watching.
Who's my Aunt Mary Esther. God bless her. I chewed on the cuticle of my nails earlier,
and she caught you.
She immediately was into, but she's right. That's how you get worms. I had a buddy of mine who was a chronic nail chewer, and he got the worms, and that's another reason for the poop knife. If you've got worms that aren't coming out easily, get yourself a poop knife. Or
if you need to check your poop for worms, the best way to do it is to have a poop knife. Just cut it, check for worms.
Now,
you can slice it lengthways. You can cut it, across laterally. However you want to slice your poo, the poop knife.
Yeah, slice it, dice it.
Done.
But look, so they're moving from the Northern Virginia area. I used to tell people that I was from, they'd be like, hey, where are you from? And I'd say I'm from the mean streets of Burke, Virginia. Not real mean streets. But we're surrounded by all this history, and I'm talking like colonial history and revolutionary history and Civil War history in that area, and then being just a stone's throw from DC. It's
oh wait, there's poop tongs?
Yeah, I think he sent me see, the problem is I can't look at any instant messages right now, or it will just shut down this computer. I don't know if I need this computer after what just happened.
Obviously,
and then I know we've got a video.
But look at this. Plan. Look at this comment. Look at this comment, Jimmy.
You two are a show in itself. Keep working, guys. It's working. Look, I used to
your parents. I'll say this: your parents are the most. Like, they inspire me to do a good show, because every time your dad came on, he said it was so much fun. Your mom says we're doing a great job. I mean, your family. I don't know how you turned out the way you did.
They're just happy that they're about to sell their house and make enough to maybe get themselves a couple sandwiches. What I'm saying is,
wait, are they moving to Florida?
No, they're moving down to Fredericksburg, Virginia, which is like Civil War zone, like
the old Civil War, not the new one that's coming.
Yeah, well, both, and so, but it is kind of MAGA country down there. I mean, any 20 minutes outside of the DC metropolitan area is red in any direction. I mean,
almost 80 million people voted for this dude. It seems like everywhere is MAGA country at this point.
Well, but listen, I don't think 80 million people are like the people that stormed the Capitol. I think there's a small population of those 80 million that
dude, I don't think all the people that stormed the Capitol are like the people who stormed the Capitol. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I'm just saying that they got caught up in the moment.
Exactly.
They got caught up in the moment, and unfortunately, they made a bad decision. I mean, I've been there. I've been there with my buddies, and
if you and I were there,
somebody
may very well have stormed the Capitol too.
You know, you're just hanging out. You're just maybe somebody got a 12-pack from Dad's garage. You know, you're sitting around drinking some of these beers. You're just hanging out behind a shopping center, and then somebody finds a can of spray paint. And then you're like, you know what? It'd be cool if we spray painted something here. And then it's like, yeah, that'd be cool. Oh, look, I found one too. And then it's like 2 people are spray painting. And then you're like, look at this. We could probably light these on fire. And then if we throw them at the ground, they'll explode. And look at all these fluorescent bulbs I found. They make an amazing sound when you throw them up in the air and they smash. And
then also will have the people that find that can of spray paint and say, hey man, you know, it'd be a great idea if we huff some of this spray paint and follow these people into that big building.
No, I don't.
Yeah, those people were out there.
You think that's what they were doing? They were huffing paint?
Some of them were snorting up Sharpie off their posters. There was stuff going on, man. There were probably some people who ate some mushrooms.
This is a Sharpie-induced revolution. It's possible. Look, I just want everybody to get along, and
Liquid paper.
I'm hopeful that there's people out there like Elvis that are gonna continue doing the good stuff. Folks like us. I mean, this is the least we could do. We've got it on the title of the show.
Is that what we're doing? We're doing the good stuff.
This is it. I mean, we're trying to bridge people together. We're trying to save humanity, but through podcast. And it's not going to work, but we can at least say it. And then maybe we can turn some people on to some wonderful people. And then we'll go from there, you know?
Yeah, I get it. Elvis was a wonderful guy. So yeah. Hey, shrooms are decriminalized in DC. How many people that stormed the Capitol last week do you think were there just because shrooms were decriminalized in DC, and they just got caught up in a good time?
Did that just happen, Larry? Was that like a January 1st thing? I mean, like I've been saying that I'm not going back to DC, but DC has decriminalized marijuana. Mm-hmm. They've decriminalized shrooms now, prostitution, and I'm back. And then I'm getting my old job back. I'm turning tricks while on shrooms.
So is Marion Barry, right? Wasn't that his name?
No, his deal was crack. I mean, I miss the DC area, and I made a bad mistake. I mean, I made the calculation. I was like, you know what? It's too hard to break into the radio industry here in DC. Because I had a small show up there, but it was not going to
need plugging a show that no longer exists.
It doesn't exist. Okay. Anyway, so it was going to move down here, and I was going to get in radio, and then people were like, who the hell are you? You're a carpetbagger. And then I was like, okay. So then I did the comedy to try and get onto the radio. Then I realized I hate people that run radio. So but one day I might go back. You know, this was supposed to be a smaller pond, but I basically just went from DC to small DC. You know, DC is capital of the nation, Austin, capital of the old nation of Texas, right? And then basically a liberal fortress surrounded by a bunch of conservative people that want to do them harm. That's exactly. I just moved from a bigger pond to a smaller pond, and
see, that's the kind of talk like surrounded a small liberal pond surrounded by conservative people that want to do them harm. I don't think that's true, man. I don't think we're surrounded by conservative people who want to do us harm.
Have you listened to our governor and our attorney general? They hate us. They hate us.
I mean, I don't.
They hate
think,
all of us.
I mean, honestly don't think that the majority of them want to do us harm. There are there are a minority that obviously want to do a lot of people harm, not just us.
I don't know.
They want to do everybody harm.
No, one day we'll figure this out. What I'm hoping is that our next guest is going to be able to give us some songs to brighten our outlook on life. Maybe she is the tuning fork.
They say music soothes the savage beast, right? And right now we kind of are a savage beast collectively. So maybe this is the ticket.
I'll tell you this, Kyle is not watching the show. You know that, right?
He's playing Parcheesi.
He said he was going to watch Parcheesi with his family, but I'm now worried about our ability to play our ending video.
We adapt, Jimmy. We adapt and overcome. We go out like men on our shields. We just get dragged out at hopefully on time. And
I hope so.
And don't play a video this week.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Okay, let's bring our guest on. Now, listen, Sydney Wright. How did I find her? I don't.
Did you?
I don't know. I think the algorithms said, Jimmy, you need to know about Sydney and put her in my feed of the Facebooks, and thank God Facebook did that, because for so many afternoons with nothing going on and clinging to some small semblance of hope that things were going to get better during the pandemic, and then all of a sudden Sydney Wright is live, and I'd pop her on and I'd listen to her show, and she we should probably get Sydney to be our producer.
Oh, maybe we should.
She's so good, and she's got like a multi-cam setup. Look at all the stuff she has on her.
A lot of equipment.
So many equipments.
And
Sydney,
look at how well she frames a shot.
Sydney, how do you make it work? You're a technological genius, and you're a musical mastermind. And thank you for joining us. How did you become what you are today?
Thank you for having me. And how did my origin story is, well, first of all, most of this gear I've gotten, let me touch on that. I've gotten since quarantine, and it was kind of like add to cart for my emotions a little bit, and giving me something to do since I didn't have work. So, yeah, I've gotten so much gear thanks to Black Fret, which is here in Austin. I'm here in Austin. I heard y'all not know what time zone I was in earlier, but yeah, so Black Fret, I got some grant money last year, and that's like literally the only reason that I can be in my apartment still, So thank God for Black Fret. But my origin story is I was born in Lubbock, Texas.
Ooh, yeah.
And grew up in Snyder, which is like an hour and a half away from there on 84. And I, went to church and started singing with Mom, and she would like always sing harmonies. And so that's like, I always knew music. Like Mom played piano. It was kind of like our family's thing. All the ladies in the family, I think it's cultural too in West Texas, would take piano lessons and like be the funeral person and the wedding guy and the graduations and always be like accompanying everything. Yeah. So I was in that family. And
all the men played guitar. Probably.
Dad did, yes.
Everybody sat on the front porch and did music together, probably.
Kind of.
Not you had an uncle and an uncle that played the harmonica.
Definitely, yes. And a good old tambo.
There you go.
But oh yeah, so Dad did play guitar. I have 3 sisters and no brothers, so it was just Dad on his lonesome with his guitar band, and all of us like were taking piano lessons. And yeah, I was I liked writing, and then I started writing songs in high school because I had a lot of emotions, like every teenager, I guess. And yeah, so I started writing songs, and that was when I was like, yeah, I should probably do music because this is fun and people will pay me. So that's cool. My first gig was at Done Right Barbecue, playing like through this little old amp that my uncle gave my dad, and I got paid in a steak and tips. It was bliss.
How big a steak?
The biggest one that they had.
Nice.
I don't even remember. I like T-bones. I know that they're like are better meats, but yeah, I don't know. It's like a fun like toy at the end.
Yeah, and you just feel connected, you know.
I mean, you get two of the best cuts of meat on a T-bone, you know, one on each side.
What are they? What are they?
You get like I don't remember what they are. Jesus, what do you mean? Now I got to look up cow anatomy, man. Come on, but you get two different kinds of meat on either side of the bone.
Where's our king of beef?
An FFA, and it shows.
There you go. Future farmers.
Oh, were you in the FF? The future? You were in the future farmers?
You still got your jacket?
She's got it.
Yourself while you're back.
Yes,
she's got it. I bet she probably had a goat or a sheep. What do people? Some people take.
Do you know I almost went stolen valor on the FFA and bought an FFA jacket at Goodwill, and I was gonna rip the name out and have my name embroidered in it and just walk around.
No.
Yeah.
Do you think you could get called out for stolen valor? Look at that.
I'm sure you could. We'll ask Sydney.
Look.
Oh
Sydney,
my God, it's beautiful.
I almost went full stolen valor and bought an FFA jacket at Goodwill, and I was going to put my name on it, like rip the name out. But do you think I'd have got called out? And like, is there a secret handshake or?
It's actually really against the rules to like put. I don't know what you're supposed to actually do with your jacket, but it's like you're not supposed to.
So to give it to Goodwill.
I would never give this to Goodwill though. It's golden.
You have to like bury it in your compost bin if you're ever going to get rid of it. You know,
ceremonially burn it.
Right.
Boom. There you go. Larry came in with the New York strip and fillet on either side of that bone, buddy.
Thank you, Larry.
Larry, our researcher.
Yeah. Thanks, Larry. Fact checker.
Sydney, after I found you, I just started listening to you and falling in love with the sound and just you're so talented the way you do your songs and then you've got like so many people that are talking to you and stuff as you're doing the live streams. But tell me, and I'm sorry, I leave a lot of the research to Dwayne. Before the pandemic, because I just know you as Sydney Wright. Are you just a solo artist? Were you in a band? Is it true that you were in a dance troupe?
I wish. I mean, like, can we call it a semi-pro dance troupe?
Sure.
That we
sure.
Organize at Barbarella's every once in a while. No, but oh my gosh, what was your question that you just asked?
I don't know.
He was asking pre-pandemic. Where were you in the Austin music scene? Were you in a band? Were you just a solo artist? Were you gigging regularly around here?
Yes. I'm not currently in another band besides my own solo project. I'm also a live sound engineer, and so I will like go around to different venues here in town and like be their sound guy. It's mostly freelance, but I'm usually at Cheer Ups or Empire.
Mm-hmm.
And, so that obviously all went away with the pandemic, and I was going to be my first official South by year as an official artist, and that went
out the window.
Yeah, it's fine. And yeah, there were some things that were really I was going to be able to leverage and make like bigger things happen, and that's fine. I assume that my trajectory will pick back up when things return to normal or whatever. That will.
How's the pandemic stuff been treating you as far as the live streams? How's the turnout been? You've been having some new people seeing you.
Quarantine is good for me. I love solitude. I love like living alone was the best gift I ever gave me. So I've really loved being able to have all the time that I want in the world to write songs and mess with these pedals. This has been like a huge thing that I got, this amalgamation of pedals all working together during quarantine, hours of tutorials. And yeah, a lot of studios are also like last week I went to a few studios, which was, we're wearing our masks and everything, but it's nice to get out at least in small groups. It first wasn't like that. All the studios were pretty much closed down, but now we're getting to start to go out and get work done. I also like got my stuff going.
You can say shit all you want.
It's on Facebook, and my mommy might be here.
Oh, mom might be watching. Got it. Okay.
So
she doesn't know you say shit by now. Come on.
Oh, I just
2021.
Try to be a lady
for fuck's sake.
But yeah, I've got my own I bought a bunch of plugins and stuff for my own home studio, so I think I'm gonna start producing my own things, and it'll be like a quicker turnaround for getting songs out.
Nice. Yeah, that's one good thing about the internet age and the technology that we have now is there's so many more ways to get your shit out there,
And it can be so simple. I love the minimalism of production, right? I mean, what it can be.
Yeah, even with the technology, I've seen a lot of your stuff where you're looping and doing a lot of different stuff. You're a one-man band. You don't need anything. You got all the equipment you need right there to make all the music you want.
Yeah, it's a lot though. One thing about quarantine is not schlepping my gear thousands of times a week is nice.
Oh yeah. The load in, load out blues, as my buddy Billy Broom would say. Yeah, that and that's one of the things that I kind of like about this show. Like, we complained that we're not doing, here we go, Dwayne, it's me talking about me again. But we've complained about us not being in a studio and not being able to see each other, as we're talking, and it makes the timing a little different. But we hop on for our pre-show sound check at 7. I was napping till 6:50, and then I just got up, brushed off the beard, put a hat on, and then I'm over here.
Moved 1,000 Amazon boxes and slid your chair out.
So there, and then we're not going to go into how comfortable. I get the comfortable in the pandemic, and I worry, how are you going to adjust when the dust finally settles and they say ollie ollie oxen free, and then we can all come out of our houses? Are you prepared for that, or is that going to be a setback for your creativity?
I think it'll be a setback in my ability to produce as much as quickly, but I mean, I'm also laying on the floor looking at Twitter for hours a day. So how much am I really getting done versus when I had to go do shift work? But I am really being excited to start playing with a band. And a lot of this stuff I've want to try with the band. I want to hear it coming out of a PA. All I've been mixing is on these headphones that are on my head.
Right.
I am so ready to have the energy exchange via the chat box took a lot of getting used to without getting to read the room and tell jokes and make fun of people and connect. So I've missed that, and I cannot wait to play big.
See people again and look at them in the eye. Yeah.
And I have been playing out. It's just we can't even talk to each other. They have to stay at their tables, and anyway.
Right. So you miss that annoying chatter at the bar while you are playing songs on stage, is what you're saying.
Everyone ignoring me and having their own conversation.
I'm a shusher, by the way. Invite me to all your shows. I'll shush them.
He is a shusher for sure.
My favorite thing with shows is starting my own applause, just being finishing a song, being yay, me. No, seriously though, I have been playing out a little bit. Honestly, I have to have an income, so if there's money to be made, I have to go make it. It's weird to be shamed, and it's weird to not be able to promote, but whatever.
Where are you playing next?
Are so much more into it lately,
Yeah.
in these hard times. I am playing at Geraldine's next Saturday, the 23rd.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I have a couple at Armadillo Den, which is down south
Uh-huh.
on Manchac. A couple of those in February, and I think that's about it as far as
And
my
then
house.
folks can find you on the Facebooks, and then do you have a schedule? I never really figured out a schedule. I always kind of picked up that it was like you woke up and you were like, I gotta just sing today. I imagine you're singing all the time. Is that I see little bluebirds following you around.
Like a
I
Disney
see
princess?
the woodland animals just always knocking at your door like, sing to us, Sydney.
If Disney reached out to you tomorrow and said, hey, look, we can't pay you. We're kind of struggling right now, but we have this idea for a new animated feature, and you're going to be our next Disney princess, would you do it?
I work for money, so no.
You can have franchise rights, like merchandising rights.
Oh, okay. I'm getting residuals. Okay.
Yeah, you can reap the benefit of all the toys.
All the exposure you can spend.
Just so you know, disclaimer, I don't have any power to make this deal.
Okay.
My niece would poop her pants though if I did a Disney thing, so I'd probably do it just for that.
Okay. Just to see your niece poop her pants. Can now
hey,
listen.
If she does, she could always use a poop knife.
Okay, I'm gonna need to know. Can someone just describe what this is for?
There you go. Jimmy will show you one right now. Here, let me.
Well, you've seen this. It's
Is it like a scrubber for your toilet, or is it for skin to knife contact?
No, it's to cut those pesky long logs that won't go down quite right.
Yeah. There is a segment of our population, Sydney, that has massive dukes. Mm-hmm. And these dukes can cause, I guess, and what it says is do those logs sometimes need a little help going down? Endlessly spinning poops will mock you from the toilet vortex no more. So there's some people that have problems. Number one, I'm thinking that these are floaters and they've got too much fat in their diet. If your poop's floating, folks, you've got too much fat in your diet. You need more fiber. That's a number one. Number two, you need to poop more often. I mean, you are holding it to compact, to get yourself a gigantic log that needs.
Have you ever had one of those big burrito, like Tex-Mex burrito?
Let's not talk about Sydney's poops.
Well, I came from like a Dairy Queen town, so yes, not anymore.
Yeah. Lubbock's definitely a Dairy Queen town.
But are you a Hunger Buster gal? Or are you a Dilly Bar gal?
Oh, I forgot about Dilly Bars. I would say I lean Hunger Buster probably.
Okay.
But
and then really, if you're going for a dip cone, what flavor?
Chocolate.
Okay.
Well, it's a dip cone, so that is the only flavor.
No, there's butterscotch.
Oh my God, who poops standing? Does this work for standing? Who poops standing?
A lot of people do.
Standing?
Like that's an Indian thing.
Like standing?
No, you mean like squatting over a hole.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, squatting, but standing?
My history music teacher in college also described standing to poop. He was from China.
Yeah, I had seen people like squat on public toilets, like on the seat itself.
Oh, but that's just like hygienic.
But I've never seen people stand.
Okay, listen. The other day I was watching a TikTok, and it was somebody with a Chihuahua that was somehow trained to poop with its butt against the wall, and the poop would stick on the wall. Okay, if that starts happening in my neighborhood,
Jimmy,
swear,
if this wasn't your mother, I wouldn't have put this comment up because it's so long.
Sydney, you remind me of Dakota Johnson, who I saw on HBO last night. She aspired me to be a music producer. Oh, she aspired to be a music producer.
Maybe with a high note.
The high note.
I need something for my movie list, so let me write that down.
I enjoyed the movie. Keep working and you will succeed. You are also a good sport. Mom, thank you for saying no, that's my mother.
I love you. but
High note.
man,
Keep the-
we need. Can
yeah,
we put a
you're-
character limit in the StreamYard?
Yeah, you're stressing Dwayne out with your long quotes, Mom. Your long comments. But Mom, I'd like you to meet my new girlfriend, Sydney. I'm sorry to put you on the spot, but my mom's been trying to get me to date more.
He does this all the time.
And
it's okay.
what do you think? Is it going to work? Are you into beards? Don't say anything disparaging about beards. Whatever you do, Aaron's listening.
First of all, watch it. And second, I would recommend Bumble.
Okay.
That
my last run on Bumble ended up I had to get a restraining order. No lie.
Oh, is that where that one came from?
Yeah, Bumble. But look,
you need farmersonly.com is what you need.
Farmers Only ain't gonna work. And then Tinder is a joke. I don't think anybody's real on there. And then the Facebook dating is terrible. What? Oh, Mom says hi. She can't wait to meet you. What's your dating life like during the pandemic? Has it been hard? Are you married? How many goats do you have?
How many goats?
Actually, goats. I heard y'all saying when I went to get the jacket, goats was my show animal.
I knew it.
Mm-hmm.
I did a calf scramble so I could do breeding goats, which was like the highbrow version of goat showing.
But are goats easier than pigs?
I never did pigs, but honestly, okay, the kids who did pigs were always so much more emotionally attached to their animals because I think that pigs are more like dogs than as far as like how they relate to people. And it was always so sad to put them on the trucks,
Well, trucks. They also their physiology or something is very similar to humans. That's why we test a lot of things on them. And that's also
amazing.
If we're going to go into COVID, we're going to talk about how most likely it got into the chicken population or the poultry population, and because their standards are a little different of agriculture wise, they raise their chickens with the pigs over there in China. So it can be zoonotic. So it goes from the chickens to the pigs, and then if the pigs get it, humans get it. So, and that's where the zoonosis happens. But don't quote me on that.
Is Larry putting an ellipsis at the end of this, like he's continuing the book? What is it with people writing long comments tonight?
Wait, what did he say? Mrs. Atkins made 2 beautiful children. Thank you. I met Jimmy through John Wilmuth in the 90s.
Larry, no one knows who John Wilmuth is. Come on.
That's my old co-host, Catfish John.
Yeah.
Look, enough about us. Enough chit chat. Sydney, can you play us some songs? Please. Everybody wants to hear your golden voice, and I need a cigarette. I'm gonna listen, I promise, but I'm gonna step outside and smoke a smoke. Sorry, Mom. What's this? If pigs taste good, do humans taste good? Asking for Army.
Was Army Hammer eating people? Is he a cannibal?
What's your hot take on cannibalism?
Our friend Diane's into it.
I'll let you know after next week. We'll see how next week goes, and I'll let you know how I feel about it.
I didn't request any songs, and I want you to have full freedom as an artist. But can you play us like 2 songs real quick?
Yeah,
and then we'll come back.
I do at least.
Okay.
Gross. What is in my throat? So the first one will be a song that y'all haven't heard. Nobody has because it's new and unrecorded. But like, I got a degree in ethnomusicology from UNT, University of North Texas, and this is probably my song that I like hit up the most. What I learned in like the world music classes that I took.
My buddy Austin is listening, and his main squeeze, Stephanie as well, and he is doing a documentary on Stephen Frumholtz right now. And Stephen Frumholtz is from UNT.
Oh,
the Texas laureate of Texas, or the poet laureate of Texas, Stephen Frumholtz. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. But yes, so I'm sorry to interrupt you. You do your thing. We're going to disappear. You're going to play us some songs. And thank you, Sydney.
Okay, and okay. See you later.
See you in a
Have
second.
Okay, so this song is called Somebody. Same window, same view, same freeway set cruising this one lane, one way. Now I'm seeing two, body like a cloak, you cover me. Got your lip between my teeth. See you wanna speak, then I just speak. Then you hit me with the downbeat. Everybody wants somebody. Everybody needs somebody. Everybody gets somebody. Everybody wants somebody. Everybody needs somebody. Everybody gets somebody. Everybody wants somebody. Everybody needs somebody. Somebody, somebody. Do it for you. You're doing it for me. I wanna work it for you. 'Cause it's working for me. We got a lot to say and a lot to say. You and me, we could be somebody, somebody. Somebody, somebody. Turn my face to the window. My knee jerk is no, but I hesitate. I make you wait. I don't get up, I don't go. You got me staring like a statue. Do you even know what you're into? I look back at my bag, I keep it back. But I don't wanna leave without you, no. Everybody wants somebody. Everybody needs somebody. Hey, everybody gets somebody. Everybody wants somebody. Everybody needs somebody. Everybody gets somebody. Everybody wants somebody. Everybody needs somebody. Somebody, somebody. Do I do it for you? You're doing it for me. I wanna work it for you. 'Cause it's working for me. We got a lot to say and a lot to see. You and me, we could be somebody, somebody. Somebody, somebody. What I want is what you want. We want it all. Take me on, I'll take you on. Take it all. What I want is what you want. We want it all. Take me on, I'll take you on. Take it all. What I want is what you want. We want it all. Take me on, I'll take you on. Take it all. What I want is what you want. Want it all. Take me on, I'll take you on. Somebody, somebody. Somebody, somebody. Somebody, 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 somebody. Somebody, somebody, somebody. Somebody, 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 Somebody, somebody, somebody,
Yeah.
The frog was perfect. Oh, is that one of those death whistles?
You had your toy out, so I wanted to show off mine too.
Is that one of those death whistles?
I got this from the I was in Mexico City, and it's the like Mayan site that's closest to Mexico City, and I feel like a dick for not being able to remember. But I got this one in the neck.
Oh,
It's
wow.
So cool.
It's a cat call. Get it?
Well, listen, because we're so technologically unadvanced without Kyle tonight, can you, because I mean it's magic. That's everything that you just did is exactly what I've been talking about. You've got so many layers to your show. It's such a fun and then you take like requests, like and you'll do anything. I want you to one day do just a Ween show. Are you a Ween fan? Tell me you're a fan of Ween. I don't think there's any way you can get to be any more perfect in my mind. But if you said yes, Ween is your favorite band, that would do it.
You're the second person who has suggested that I listen to Ween, and so I'll have to do it now.
Okay. You definitely should listen to Ween.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So check it out. But if you were to play us a song, if I would say, Sydney, the whole world is listening. They are right now. If the whole world is listening and you could bring us together with one song, what would you play for us? And can you play us another song? A lot of pressure.
No.
Here it comes.
I'm gonna.
If you could teach the world to sing in perfect harmony,
without sodas.
Here's our love song to each other.
If you could buy the world some Coke,
I
mean a Coke.
Don't interrupt her. She's doing a love song to me. Sydney Wright, everybody. My new girlfriend.
Jimmy, you're gonna get me too'd.
Let me do a quick beat real quick. I'm doing a lot of build up for this. It'll be worth it. That's enough, yeah. There was one day for a moment in time, and it seemed everlasting that you would always be mine, and we'll linger on, 'cause the feeling is strong. No way you're ever gonna shake me, oh darling, 'cause you'll always be my baby. The end. My favorite line of that song is, "You can't escape me." It's so like serious for a love song. I feel like that's what we should be singing to each other. Is like, we have got to live with each other. Like, let's
whether you like
it,
or not, we are all stuck here in this mortal coil.
Yes.
And I think everybody is upset at the same thing, but we just don't know how to communicate it. And then maybe during this trying time, someone like you comes along and is the tuning fork for humanity. And I think you're doing the Lord's work. My mother says that you're the right girl for me. She just texted me. And so we'll see. I don't leave my house much, but if we could date virtually for the rest of our lives, I'll allow it. So
fine.
Okay, we'll see what happens. You want to do memes with us?
Yeah.
It's gonna be quick.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
yeah, I do. I was like, do I get one more song? Because that was kind of a joke song.
Okay. Yes. Will you allow it, Dwayne?
All you had to say was, Jimmy, can I have another song? And Jimmy would totally give you another song.
Because sometimes the memes fall flat and my memes suck, and they're not even actually memes. They're just things that I screenshot that I find on the internet. So how about we do the memes and then you close us out with the song, since I don't think I'll be able to play a video. Is that all right?
Yes, perfect.
That is perfect.
All right. Jimmy's Memes Corner is here, folks. So let's see if I can do this.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Here we go. All right. First meme. Yeah. This is this one just upsets the
Hold on.
right.
Who is that waking up? I can't.
It's Lady Liberty. It's
Lady Lady Liberty.
It's Lady Liberty, and it's Obama and Schumer and Michelle Obama and then Joe B and Pelosi and our vice president all saying it's gonna be okay.
I feel like Lady Liberty is somebody's face, though.
Yeah,
I can't tell who. Is that Leo? Is that Leonardo DiCaprio?
I think it's Ocasio Ortega. I saw this. I can't stop thinking about horizontally cut bread. This guy can't stop thinking about, and then now I can't.
Yeah, I want to make a sandwich with that kind of bread.
Possibilities. What kind of bread? Have you been baking bread, Sydney?
Oh no.
No. Okay.
Oh no, you didn't. You didn't start a little sourdough friend that you could keep alive in the fridge during pandemic.
No, but I would make a peanut butter and jelly little pinwheel out of that piece of.
Oh yeah. Well, and then you could save some time if you just bought that Goobers stuff, that peanut butter and the jelly in one jar.
Think of all the time that we have now for our lives to live. Thank you, Goober.
Yeah. How about this? When you hear at the DQ.
That's what I like about Texas.
Oh my gosh, we hit a harmony.
Awesome. A friend of mine, Tisha Clickenbeard with the
chicken bread.
She's in the Texas Craft Beard Club.
Whisker Club, Jimmy, get it right.
Whisker Club. She posted today, what do you think about when you hear Texas and Brian Nelson put Dairy Queen, and that is what I think about Dairy Queen.
Wasn't there an old ad where it was the stop sign of Texas?
I don't know.
I think it was.
Did you grow up next to a Dairy Queen, Sydney?
No, that was on the east side of town. I was over by the ballpark.
Oh, with the bad boys.
Yeah, on the hill.
There's a dad joke. There's a dad joke. I put that on there for you, Dwayne.
Thanks, man. That's a good one. I wonder if that's going to come up at some point this year.
I don't know. This is why you don't write articles about Scott Sakura.
Isn't that what you learn?
This is why he wears a hat a lot.
Oh my God!
Don't kick me off the plane. Did you see?
Don't call my employer and say you recognize me in Facebook photos. Okay.
Don't call the FBI and tell them you recognize me from. Did you see the "Tread on Me, Daddy" flags? Those are good ones.
Don't tread on me, Daddy. Listen, I saw this today. This is interesting. I'm always. Are you a thrifter, Sydney? Do you like? Yeah,
especially vintage clothing. Yes.
Oh, see, you guys could go picking together.
Oh, you'd go to the clothes, and I'd go to the electronics.
I would also get the salt and pepper shakers because mommy collects them.
Oh, yeah.
There's this place like north of town, like by Palmer, that I just went to go Christmas shopping because I drew mom's name this year for Christmas, and it was a gold mine. You have got to go to this.
What was it?
You should not have told me you collect salt and pepper shakers.
Plug it here. Plug it here. What was it?
I'll find it. One sec.
Once I know what the object of my heart's desire covets, I will now in the next
hit you
20,
up for so many salt and pepper shakers.
20 minutes after we get off this show, I'm gonna probably have already purchased 5 pairs of salt and pepper shakers. On Jimmy's Bazaar right now, I have an amazing set of mushroom. They're very phallic. Mushroom salt and pepper shakers. You should check them out on jimmysbazaar.com.
Okay, can we get back to the memes?
Oh yeah, this is how you spell brooch. I thought for sure I had copied this thinking that this person was an idiot, but
no,
I'm the idiot.
How it's spelled. You are the idiot.
It is brooch should have an A in it.
It should be brooch, right?
Well, I mean, that is also a word, because if you broach the subject, that has an A in it.
Yeah.
Like, this is spelled differently, but pronounced the same.
Oh, so like capital and capital that we've been seeing butchered every day.
I bet you if you talk to somebody who actually speaks proper English, it is brooch, and we just refuse to say it that way when we came to this country, and we're like, fuck this, we're saying brooch.
Well, excuse me for broaching the subject of brooches, but damn it. What is this? Oh, that's stupid. What we learned in 2020, oil is worthless in a society without consumption. Healthcare has to be public because it's public. 50% of the jobs can be done from home. I live in a society and not an economy. Okay.
Yep. I can't argue with any of that. Very well said. Thank you very much.
That guy's probably not from this country.
Nope.
Triscuits, perfect snack for anyone who's ever wanted to eat wicker furniture. Have you ever wanted to eat wicker furniture? And are you a Triscuit gal?
Only if I haven't eaten carbs in a while, and I'm like, I just have to put a cracker in my mouth. You know, like the texture of bread you start to miss.
Who is the Triscuit girl? Sandy Duncan? Was it Sandy Duncan?
I don't know. I was in a band though, Sandy Duncan's Other Eye, for a couple years in high school.
Did she have a lazy eye or something?
No, she had a glass eye.
Oh, really? That's a fun fact.
I didn't know that.
This hit hard.
Was she Peter Pan?
She I think she was.
Oh wow! His hair really does look like the head of a match lighting up, doesn't it?
Did you know this? This is how big Texas really is. If you do the comparison,
yeah, it's gigantic.
I had no idea. It's a very big state.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's actual stuff. How many conspiracy theories does it take to screw in a light bulb? Do your research, bro.
Do your own research.
Have you been told to do your research? And have you?
That is one thing that I feel like there are other players that are trying to stir the pot and keep us apart. Because if we all had access to the same news that everyone was down with, we wouldn't be having these issues. Like, we're being fed I'm hearing completely different news than some of my Facebook friends are, and that is apparent, and I don't understand.
What if we just had monkeys giving us the news, like literal monkeys, chimpanzees, like that old Lancelot show, and then we had people on the right, people on the left, and it was one story after the other. They just read whatever we give them, and it's just we all had to watch the same news channel. Would you take your news from chimpanzees? Is what I'm saying, Sydney.
Could you make them talk?
They talk. These are talking chimpanzees.
Talking chimpanzees. Yeah, I'd totally be down. It can't be any worse than the news we're getting now.
I would love if they just did a story from each network, so we all have an ear to the ground on what everyone's thinking, and we can kind of pick and choose what seems logical from having all the information.
Okay.
Let's start our own news show. Let's do our own news show.
What I'm hearing is she's not going to take her news from chimpanzees. I just want to warn everybody. Selena 52 truck stop, no masturbation policy. They've got logs of every driver that enters.
We determine you have masturbated, you will not get a free coffee with your shower.
Yeah. So be careful, guys. They're trying to jip you out of a coffee.
They don't want to give you your free coffee. Those bastards.
Doesn't bite, just throws cinder blocks. That dog is a tough dog. Do you have pets, Sydney?
I have some fish and some plants.
Okay.
Can your fish do this?
No, but they can wiggle real good.
Oh, well, there you go.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle. This is the best correction ever. Correction. A previous version of this story misstated that Senator Ted Cruz was wearing a QAnon symbol as a pin. It was later discovered it was not a QAnon pin, but a Dorito snack chip stuck to his suit. You filthy bastard.
Ooh,
You
how
Ted.
tacky.
Oh my God. I watched that dude do a press conference the other day, and like I think he literally took like Alex Jones's rant from the previous day and verbatim said it at this press conference.
Sydney, as a woman, you have to interact with men from time to time. How disgusting and disgusted would you be if, say, you were wearing some sort of like, sleeveless shirt and he touched you on your arm? Like, do you imagine a warm, wet hand? How gross is Ted Cruz on a scale of 1 to all? Oh my God, he's so gross.
He seems clammy, doesn't he?
Are we talking physically or intellectually? Because I don't know how to answer that question.
Let's just go physically.
Touching.
Physically.
I don't know. I think there would be a recoil moment. I wouldn't know what to do. All of my emotions would show on my face. It would be awkward.
Yeah, you don't do well with lizard people, is what I'm hearing.
Yes, thank you. That's a great transition.
This happened this week, and I lost my mind. Supposedly, a disgruntled staffer went on the State Department page and on Tuesday said that his term ended, and the world went crazy. If the Earth is flat, do the moon and all other planets are flat? No, there doesn't.
First of all, this is
take it easy.
I
don't
can't
take it seriously. It's a joke
with these flat earthers, man.
Best way to become enlightened is to argue with people on Facebook, and that is what I have dedicated my life to.
Dude, I'm telling you, you need to go on the Facebook once a week kick like me. Only do it on Saturdays when it's time for the show.
Is that what you're doing? Well, no, because I've got to book the show. I've got to do the promotions. I've got to boost the show, all this stuff. Where would I get the memes? Like facial hair.
True. I don't do any. I just do research.
Have you ever made a beard? We've got a lot of whiskerinas in our midst that compete in some of our beard clubs.
Look, I'll tell you my thoughts on this monkey tail beard right now. Okay. I've seen a lot of people talking about this monkey tail. Hey, have your friends tagged you in this monkey tail beard thing?
Yeah.
What is this monkey tail beard thing? I'm not okay with this monkey tail beard thing. You know what, man? We go around all the time saying, all facial hair is valid. This is facial hair. It's valid. Embrace the monkey beard. We should have a monkey beard category at Come and Shave It. I'm putting in now for a monkey beard category at Come and Shave It.
And these examples are full and well kempt, and I agree with you.
Thank you.
We're about inclusivity.
That's right.
We are.
We are. We have it on as a member of the Austin Facial Hair Club. We have it on our coin. All facial hair is valid.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I'm getting for some reason all of a sudden Tinder is blowing up. Somebody liked me on Tinder, but the problem is you got to pay $120 a month to find out who it is that likes you.
What?
It's ridiculous. Tinder is so stupid.
You should have got married 15 years ago. It makes life so much easier.
I know.
Especially to a woman with a really good job.
Yeah, I blew it. I think they're still the same Browns team I play every year, Smith Schuster said. I think they're nameless, gray faces. Yes, they have a couple good players on the team.
But at the end of the day, I don't know. The Browns is the Browns.
I don't know why I put that on there. Okay, people who
the Steelers took an ass whipping, dude. Yeah. It was amazing.
Are you a sports ball fan, Sydney? Do you watch the sports ball?
Which sport?
Tell me you don't like the Cowboys. Tell me you're not a Cowboys fan.
You're a Cowboys fan.
I would sit and watch a game of baseball or basketball because I can follow it well. Football, maybe it's like high school trauma, but I just can't get into it. I don't know.
Football players were dicks to you in high school. Call them out here.
There was just so much
testosterone,
school pride
given.
I mean, it's football in Texas,
I think. And like we're spending so much money on building a huge stadium for a team that has not really won a lot of games. And so it's like, where are our values and why are they here? Was really
only in Texas will you spend $30 million on a stadium for a team that wins 2 games a year.
Right.
And our baseball team won state once, but the football stadium got.
But they play in a sand lot with no place to sit.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is me.
Oh no.
I need to get out of my place. We've had a rat problem in our apartment. Now they're not in our apartments, but they're in the back wall. And recently, so the problem was they chewed a hole, so they were getting out. Like we were eradicating them. All humane.
So they were inside, but conditions were so bad inside the apartments that they chewed their way out.
What
kind of shithole do you live in, bro?
and so they got out. But then they brought some of their friends, and then they're back. Well, so they closed up the hole. They had to turn off the power to the building to patch up this hole because they're coming down the power line and then they're going in this hole. So then they turn off the power. They put the flashing on the thing, and then now. But I told them, I said, you got to do this at like 4 a.m. because they leave at 8 p.m. I hear them leaving, and then they come back at 4 a.m. and I hear them coming back.
Neighbors, bro.
And then they didn't do that. So they locked them all in. Well, the guy showed up on Monday. And he's like, just want to let you know, I'm going full poison. I was like, oh, full poison. I mean, there's going to be ramifications. There's like 30 rats in the walls. If we kill them, who's going in for the bodies?
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be.
So I hope. Do you have another room? Is what I'm saying.
Do you have some Febreze, Jimmy?
We don't have to move in right away, but once the stink starts over here, I'm moving studios. Oh God. This is why I don't date. Because I am embarrassed of my bong rips.
You do. You see, a lot of you suffer from this problem where you feel like you have to just hit it so hard, but you don't, man. You got to be slow and even. You start pulling before you light the bowl. Slow and steady. Look, Sydney knows how to do this.
Okay, yeah. I don't. Not to get political, but beans don't belong in chili. How are you? Are you a no beans? You no beans girl?
That's false. Beans are so good.
That's right.
They can add so much to
chili without beans is just sloppy Joe.
Put whatever you want in your chili.
Yeah, that's just.
This frog knows what's up.
Spaghetti soup topping, whatever.
This is us.
Flick a tiger in the balls.
Let's get this year going. I'm ready.
Dude, this probably makes me sound evil, but I've seen so many instances of family like turning their uncles and aunts into the FBI, and it warms my heart. It just makes me giggle inside.
And then you mentioned Bumble earlier. I've seen reports of what a lot of these ladies did in the DC area. They switched their political leanings to conservative, and then they just started getting like blown up with guys bragging about what they just did and stuff, and then they were just screenshotting it and sending it to the FBI. I mean, just everybody be healthy, Get the vaccine. We're all going to get
shingles shit today.
Get it.
Oh, shingles! I was like, what could that
be? Shingles shot. No,
get your shingles shit. Get your shingles shit. How do I unshare this?
What is a shingle?
Nobody knows.
And how does that shit smell?
what a wonderful show. We went over. If Kyle was here, if it wasn't his birthday and he wasn't enjoying himself with his family and people that love him, which I miss, then he would be upset at us going over. But he's not here, so screw him.
That's right.
F you, Kyle, and your birthday. It's not your birthday. Oh yeah, it's still. He's not.
It's still his birthday. It's on midnight.
Sydney Wright, official Sydney Wright music.com. Also Patreon. We got the beacon. All the beacons is that like a link tree?
Yeah, exactly.
Send her money at this PayPal address.
Send her, Mom, you're about to sell your house, Mom. Send Sydney some money. Send her my dowry. Send her my dowry right now.
Send Elvis some money at elviscomedy@gmail.com too.
Send Elvis money.
Send him your requests on what you want him to apply that money to.
I love
as
that
it
kid.
Pertains to the homeless.
I love that kid. He's doing it rogue, but he's doing it for the right reasons. So yeah, if you see him come through your town, go and support him.
If you're on Patreon, Sydney's got a Patreon there. You can get on there, probably get some exclusive content and whatnot.
No nudes though, right? Is that what you said?
No, it's not an OnlyFans. It's a patron.
Oh, no. Okay, Patreon.
Jimmy and I are starting a couples OnlyFans.
Yeah, I just basically make little sneak peeks of everything that I release so that you get it free and you get it early.
You got merch on the website, t-shirts, CDs, all that kind of good stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got 2 kinds of t-shirts, lots of stickers.
Any vinyl?
A few CDs left. No, my album was too long to fit on a vinyl. But I think if I release enough singles, I might just like make a vinyl of all the singles or something.
There you
do it. And I'm sorry, we were gonna play off of Sydney's YouTube page. She's got a video that came out during the pandemic, Tenderfoot, and what was that all about?
Jimmy's mom wants to see you back again, and I'm sure she probably wants to see you at the new house when they move in.
Yeah, they're all moved in. They're in, and then they're in a 55 plus community now. I'm just 10 years away from moving into there. So take care of my house, Mom. That's
his way of saying he needs to move back in. Yo,
I'm moving back in. All right, Sydney, what are you gonna play us?
I'm gonna play a song called "Danger" that I did with Superphonicos.
Oh, great song.
That Colombian funk band here in town, Superphonicos.
Great song.
So this is my version of it. That one's very like they're a Colombian funk band, so it's very like has a Latin beat, dance hall sort of thing. But this is gonna be my version that I'm gonna release this year. Yes, I need to get
nice.
Okay. And just the production guy in me is going to tell you what we're going to do. You're going to play the song. We're going to be on the side. And then after you're done, we're going to come on and we're going to be like, thank you so much, Sydney. And then thank you, everybody. And then we're going to end the show. And so that'll probably be how it is. I might try and play this video, but I don't think it's
going to. No, you're not going to try and play that.
Let's just not even play that video. Okay.
Put a link to the video because I'm really proud of it. It's called Tenderfoot.
It's so good.
It's about. I didn't want to say this on my socials whenever I released it because things hadn't gotten quite political yet.
Breaking news, folks.
This is about people that act like the people that are in the Trump family. It's called Tenderfoot. It's about not being able to like exist on the level that everyone else is on. Like you just can't do it. So,
you're saying once you kick those fancy shoes off, you can't walk a block on the asphalt.
Like they can't cut it in a room full of people with morals and integrity and character. Like they would be lacking.
Yes.
Maybe. And is that too much?
No, not for this show for sure.
I never said that on anything because my PR company was like, maybe no. I was like, but that's really how it's about. And my friend Danielle from Dache Fashion, she did all of the costumes in 3 days, and I'm so proud of her.
It's such a great video. It's very well done. Okay, and this song is
Danger. This is Danger.
Danger.
Danger. All right.
One. You can find this one on Spotify. My version is going to come out this year. Yeah, here it comes. Oh. Mulligan, Mulligan. Here we go. I was a liar working for the weekend, Tennessee Miner, barely 17 yet. I got a treasure you're never gonna find. I was so hungry, tricky for the money. Said I taste like honey. I was so put out for a year. Give me something for my trembling, put my love out under false pretense. What you want, I wanted to visit for my weakness. Send you deeper than the ocean. Danger, danger, let your guard down. You're never gonna keep it. You'll never change. I know your secret, kinda lonely. Think you only want a little danger, danger. I was so tired, always on the hustle of being admired. No daddy and no mom to run to. Teenage miscreant, and I knew what I was doing. I was a liar, looking for a way out. A liar, turning every misdirection. Put out for a year. Just give me something. Put my love out under false pretense. What you want, I want is so invisible, my weakness. Send you deeper than the ocean. Danger, danger, let your guard down. You're never gonna keep it. You'll never change. I know your secret, kinda lonely. Think you only want a little danger. What you want, I want it so invisible, my danger, danger.
Yes, amazing. I just love it. I wish I had the talent that you have to play with these. I mean, like I've been into this is my new thing. And last night the rats were exceptionally loud and they woke me up around 4 a.m. and I realized that I was actually like 15 minutes away from I'm into Casios and the ROM cards. I almost bought a ROM from a guy in Spain and I didn't know the conversion on what do they use, euros. I almost paid $150 for a Beatles ROM. It had like Let It Be and oh my god, I'm so glad somebody outbid me in the last 5 seconds. But this one has On the Road Again, Driving My Life Away, and 9 to 5. Nice. Got that for like, yeah. So that's me. That's as far as my musical talents go. I can play a Casio keyboard.
Driving My Life Away. Isn't that Eddie Rabbit?
Ooh, I'm driving my life away.
We are
looking around the day. Whoa, me. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Look at that. We're harmonizing already. Our kids are going to be beautiful. So Sydney, I'm just joking. I'm not really a creeper like that.
He really
but seriously, call me. Sydney Wright, it's been a damn pleasure, and thank you so much for coming on the show. And basically, you were on 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
So,
well, thank you for having me. I'm glad that the turnaround was quick. I could just jump in this week.
You're definitely welcome back whenever you got something you're ready to plug. We're here for you.
Yeah,
cool.
We want that record. We want all your stuff, and I hope everybody that was listening tonight will follow you and then be on your next stream. Last words to our audience.
Everybody, thanks for watching tonight.
No, not you, dummy.
Oh, fuck.
Sydney, last words to the audience.
Sorry.
I should probably plug my Twitch. You asked earlier if I did a regular stream schedule. The short answer is no. I kind of just I fly by the seat of my pants. But I've started Twitch. I just became an affiliate. If you guys watch music, Twitch is a really fun place to be. I also usually stream it to YouTube as well. So I'm doing streams on the reg, usually on Twitch. Thanks for following and Levies. Thank you for having me on again.
No problem. And we'll see you soon. Thank you so much, Sydney. Have a good night.
All right. Oh wait, we're backwards again.
I'm moving myself over there. Hey,
she was awesome.
Amazing show. We did it.
We don't need
Dwayne.
Kyle.
We don't need him,
but we want him.
We do, and we miss him. And please, the phone number is scrolling here for another couple minutes. If you haven't called, and thanks, Mom. You stay safe too. Love you. Mwah. Love you, Mom. Thanks for listening. And Mom, if you get a chance, call this phone number and tell Kyle happy birthday. It's Kyle's birthday. He is so old and grumpy for his age, and it's probably his diet.
He doesn't seem like the grumpy type. Like on the outside, in public eye, he's very upbeat and happy, but something behind closed doors.
Something happened to him on that Coast Guard cutter. I mean, he's lived 100 years in that 36-year-old body.
Yeah, I agree.
But anyway, enough about him. We'll see you guys next week. We've got a jam-packed show for you next week. Don't know who's on it yet.
We will have a jam-packed show at least.
Thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you to everybody on the Talking Beards Network for having us and for the lead up with Big Sexy Saturdays with Sean Glanders. I'm Jimmy Preston. You are
Dwayne Primo.
And for Kyle Bauer, who's not here tonight, we are the least we could do. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you, Amber. We love you. You're awesome. How do we close the show?
Bye-bye.